Your head coach is Laura Siegel. Let's play volleyball.
We're just a few moments away from round one action here in Bradenton at the 2016 FCSAA Volleyball Tournament. I'm Scott Jameson. I'll be bringing you all the action here this afternoon between the Santa Fe College Saints and the Palm Beach State College Panthers. Palm Beach, the champions of the Southern Conference, and they boast, well, I just had their record here a second ago. I apologize. The Saints are 15-10. Sorry about that. Palm Beach 22-4. Again, conference champions in the Southern. And the Saints third place in the Mid-Florida Conference. Third place behind champions College of Central Florida. And second place Daytona State. Daytona State currently playing on court number 2 against the Panhandle Conference champions, Pensacola State College. Well, the winner of this game between the Saints and the Panthers will advance on to play the College of Central Florida with a spot in the national tournament on the line. First serve, point goes to Palm Beach. Panthers with an early 1-0 lead. Serving is for the Panthers Haley Seyfarth. Well, these two teams met back in August. The Saints won 3-0. Since then, the Panthers have been on a tear. They have really been mowing down their competition. Nice serve by Cheyenne Sullivan. That one's blocked. Kept alive by the Panthers. That one blocked again by Mariah Hill. That's what she does for the Saints. She is their middle blocker, and she is their best middle blocker. She has 117 blocks on the season. Set all the way to the outside. Off the net, Sullivan digs. Set by Callie Cox to the outside and rolled over by Nadine Williams for the kill. Nadine Williams leads the team with 285 kills, just over 3%. On the other side, Autumn Freeman, 208 kills to lead Palm Beach State College. Not a ton of blocks for the Panthers, but they are good at the net. They have a wide variety of players that are good at the net. So they don't have that one or two players that really jumps off the page at you, but they're consistent. They have 5 players with 40 or more blocks. Swing and a miss by Mariah Hill, and the point goes to Palm Beach. Serving for the Panthers is number 21, Autumn Freeman. That one going to be wide. So the Saints really going into that middle, trying to get those quick sets and not allow those blockers to get into position for Palm Beach. Put away on the overpass by Megan Irish. Now the Saints back up 4-3, and Ashton Marshall, number 10, serving for the Saints. Sterling Williamson right there for the Saints. Back row attack from Sullivan. Long. Point Palm Beach. 4-4. Serving will be the libero, Gabrielle Fresh. She's out of Dunedin, Florida. Sterling Williamson, big swing off the hands back into the Saints court. They'll go outside to Nadine Williams. She's takes a cut. Gabrielle Fresh there waiting on it, and that one slammed right down the line for a kill. 5-4 Palm Beach. A nice job by the Panthers on that point, staying with it, getting hands on a couple Saints attacks, give themselves a better opportunity. Nadine Williams, a big swing. She goes through the block, and she's going to have to be aggressive for the Saints to have an opportunity today. Serving is Amanda Torres for the Saints. That set hung up there. The Saints blockers did not get there, and it's dunked away by Palm Beach. 6-5. Outside, Nadine Williams, kill. Again, she's going to be that cog in the wheel that if she is playing at her best, that Saints machine can roll. Otherwise, it's tougher for them to play. Nadine Williams with the jump serve. A lot of the plays. She's also one of the best defenders, second on the team in digs. Back set, outside to Ashley Lanou. Off hands and out of bounds. Nice play by Ashley Lanou using that block to her advantage. That's one thing Palm Beach will do as well. Autumn Green is good at playing those angles. Into the net goes Williams. The Saints, an aggressive serving team. Talked about it in the last match between Central Florida and Polk State. Central Florida won that one 3-1 to advance. Polk State drops down into the losers bracket. We'll play tomorrow at 1. But certain coaches have different philosophies as far as serving goes. Some like to be aggressive. Others are a little bit more conservative. They don't want to take the chance at giving points up, but you're also not going to give yourself as much an advantage with your serves as far as trying to take the other team out of their rhythm. So it just depends on the coach, and it depends on the situation as well. Torres to Lanou. Lanou up and over. Attack wide, no touch. Point Santa Fe. Eight to 8. First set, best of 5. That one put down by Lanou. 9-8, Saints lead. Saints with another service error, and they've got to clean that up. You can't. It's one thing to be aggressive, and it's another thing to give up points. So the Saints have got to make sure they're not giving up too many points. Palm Beach is 22-4 for a reason. They're the Southern Conference champions for a reason. They're very good and they're very disciplined. They are not going to give up very many points. Off the net, dug out by Palm Beach. Free ball opportunity for the Saints. Back set, Mariah Hill off the antenna. (10-9) Palm Beach. Outside, off the antenna. (10-11) Saints. Oh, should be 10-10, right? Unless. Well, the scoreboard in here says 11-10 Santa Fe. We'll see. That one shot down the line for a point. 11-11 is what they have in here. Well, until further notice, we will put 11-11 up there. But that's the second match in a row where we've been fairly certain that we were accurate on that score. And we were with the scoreboard, and then they added a point. There's a kill on the outside. Cheyenne Sullivan. Oh, interesting. 12-11. Santa Fe. So Santa Fe up now 13-11. Dug out by Sullivan, and they'll call a net violation on the Saints. So 13-12 now. We're going to make sure we're accurate here with this scoring. So that is the right score, 13-11. Saints lead now 12, 14-12. Santa Fe leads. We'll get this right eventually. Ashton Marshall back behind the service line for the Saints, freshman, local player for the Saints. Saints have quite a few local players and almost everybody on the team from Florida, which is almost an aberration when it comes to the teams here at this tournament. A lot of international players on these teams. That is the roster makeup for a good majority of them. Palm Beach, another team with a lot of players from Florida, at least more so than the average. But the Saints have 17 players on their roster and just 3 from outside of Florida. And just 1 player is an international player from Canada, and that's Claire Donegan. Amanda Torres will serve. Saints leading 15-13. Put away by Palm Beach, 15-14. Service coming from number 17, Alondra Melendez. Torres back set to Nadine Williams off hands. The set not exactly where Williams wanted it. Lanou up and over. Cut down the line. Torres keeps it alive. There's Ashton Marshall with the bump set. Sullivan from the 10-foot line. Lanou up and over. No, the libero waiting right there for it, Gabrielle Fresh. Good rally going here. Free ball. Marshall digs into the middle again for Sullivan. Off the hands and in for Palm Beach. They tie it up 15-15. Palm Beach now with a few points in a row has taken the lead 16-15 in this back and forth first set best of 5 round 1 of the FCSAA tournament. Serve wide. That came off the outside of her hand. That was just an error that happens occasionally, especially when you're trying to get aggressive and go down the line with a serve. Nadine Williams will now serve for the Saints. Santa Fe, there's a substitution. Tina Mayberry in for Megan Irish. Saints ranked number 8 in the state. Palm Beach number 4. Neither team ranked nationally. which is surprising. Palm Beach has been very, very good recently, and at 22-4, you would think that that would garner a national ranking, but does not. Lanu off the hands, and that one sent down. 17-16 Palm Beach. Some good rallies going on in this game. Probably something the coaches don't want to see. They'd rather see a pass set kill as opposed to a lot of these rallies going on. Timeout called by the Saints. We'll take a timeout as well. We'll be right back. You're watching the FCSAA tournament right here on the FCSAA Sports YouTube channel. Back here in Bradenton, Palmetto actually, but at the Bradenton Convention Center. Shot right down the line by Tina Mayberry. Mayberry coming in and making a big impact for the Saints. She came in for Megan Irish. Libero out, Hill in. The other court, Daytona State taking care of business right now against Pensacola, up 20-12 in the first set. Irish to serve, rolls one off the net, kept alive nicely by Palm Beach. Well, that's what you're trying to do with those serves. That's the goal. Sent back by Hill and Lanu, 18-17 Santa Fe. Sent in by Palm Beach, and this back and forth match continues, 18-18. Serve, that was Pila Harvempa on the serve, and Palm Beach now retakes the lead. So both teams have had their moments, but neither one able to pull away. We'll see if Palm Beach can change that. They have a 19-18 lead. Set, Lanu. That one's not going to make it over the net. Some miscommunication by Palm Beach. 4 touches the call, 19-19. That serve airmailed. Back set to Sullivan. And long. The Saints starting to struggle. Timeout, Santa Fe College. Timeout, Coach Nick Sharonis. We'll be back with more of this round 1 FCSAA volleyball tournament match right here in Bradenton. You're watching the FCSAA Sports YouTube channel. going to be a point for Santa Fe, so right out of the timeout, the Saints answer, pick up the point, and make it 21-20. And Sullivan will serve. Saints looking to knot things up, set number 1. Right in the middle, through the blocks and down, killed by Tatum Thornton. Waxahachie, Texas. One in, and that'll be now 23-20. So Palm Beach 2 points away from taking this first set. That's off the antenna. 24-20, 1 point away from the first set. There's the serve. Marshall receives outside. Zanadian Williams off the hands. Dugout. Sent down Marshall. Off hands. There's Callie Cox. Put in Palm Beach with the point. They'll take the first set, 25-20. We'll be back with set number 2. Palm Beach leads 1-0 over Santa Fe College in this round 1 FCSAA volleyball tournament match. You're watching right here on the FCSAA Sports YouTube channel. just about ready to go for set number 2. Here in Bradenton at the Bradenton Convention Center. Santa Fe and Palm Beach. Palm Beach won set number 1, 25-20, and lead 1-0. It is a best of 5. Should it go to a 5th set, it would go to 15. The first 4 sets go to 25, win by 2. That one in on the line, nicely done by Mariah Hill. Good set, good swing, and a point for the Saints to start off the second set. Palm Beach coached by Drew Colvin. Assistant coach John Michael Plummer. Athletic director John Scarpino. Off the hands. Into the net and down, point Santa Fe. For the Saints, head coach Nick Sharonis, assistant coaches Aaron Maynard, Iris Carpio, and Israel Delgado, athletic director Jim Keats. Santa Fe, the #1 community college in America, ranked by the Aspen Institute. Academics, graduation rate, matriculation rate, all that kind of stuff. Saints are #1. It's nice to have that in the FCSAA. There's a number of schools in this region that do a lot of things right academically, athletically, and the Saints at the top of the heap as far as that goes. Somehow kept alive by Palm Beach very nicely. Nobody home there. I think the Saints thought that they were going to get the point and that it was going to fall, and they sort of got out of rhythm right there and got on their heels. 2-2 the score. Scoreboard people here are confusing us very much. They've 2 games in a row now have been just changing stuff randomly for what teams, what side, and so we're trying to adjust with them as well as make sure the other broadcast is going. Wow, I thought again there for a second Palm Beach was going to be able to keep it alive. The Saints will pick up the point and go up 3-2, but they have come up with some magic as far as keeping balls in the air and then getting them over the net. Service by Cheyenne Sullivan, received by Smart. Excuse me, Gabrielle Fresh, not Smart. Palm Beach ties it up at 3, and now Autumn Freeman. Here's a statistic for you that is hard to believe a little bit. Autumn Freeman leads the team in kills per set with 3.06, 208 on the season. She's 5'4". So there's some leaping ability and some athletic ability there for Autumn Freeman. Unbelievable. Blocked at the net. Tatum Thornton. Lindsay Minter up there on the front row, as well as Johanna Voss. That was an illegal touch on Freeman. Tried to do what she could. Just running to her right, just tried to get it back into the middle of the floor. She wasn't going to be able to get it over the net, and it was only the second touch. Served by Ashton Marshall serving now for the Saints, who have tied it up 5-5. It's a big set for Santa Fe. You don't want to fall behind 2-0 to a team the caliber of Palm Beach. Short serve. Outside. Off the hands, and that was blocked all the way over. Palm Beach another opportunity. And in. Killed by Johanna Voss. Back set, Sterling Williamson wide and no touch called. Just too much on it from Williamson. Now 7-5 Palm Beach. Well, the Saints, it was tied up late in that first set, 19-19, and the Saints started doing a little bit of this, same thing, going long, serving long, and they started to sort of fall apart on their own, not necessarily giving up points that were per se earned by Palm Beach, although that's probably not a fair statement because the other team usually affects how you're playing. But there were some unforced errors, without a doubt. And the Saints, if you're Coach Sharonis, you have to have your players try to keep their composure, try to do everything you can to keep them in sync. And if you are Coach Colvin, you're trying to press the issue, keep your foot on the gas pedal, and keep trying to force the Saints into those mistakes. So we'll see which one can win out. Amanda Torres serving. Through the block of Lanu and down. Saints just not able to close that one out at the net. It's a difficult skill. Palm Beach now up by 4, their largest lead of set number 2. Avery Lewis will come in for Cheyenne Sullivan to give Coach Sharonis some defensive support. Sullivan is a player that teams like to serve to. That's an ace. That was a nasty serve. Sort of hit that with the outside of her hand, and it's almost like a changeup. If you're a right-handed pitcher throwing a changeup, it had that diving action there at the very end. And that was a great serve and an ace for Palm Beach. So a timeout, Coach Nick Sharonis. He'll talk it over with his assistant coaches, then get with the team. We'll be back here at the Bradenton Convention Center for the 2016 FCSAA Volleyball Tournament. Back here at the Bradenton Convention Center, Scott Jamieson along with Tyler Allen on the controls. Cheyenne Sullivan back in there. They went after her again. But Nadine Williams able to get a point for the Saints. Sullivan did a good job with the pass there. That's the whole key. If you can get a good pass going, you can really unlock the potential of your play. If not, it throws everything off and you're in trouble. Williams jump serve. In the middle, kept alive. Wow, nice play by Williams. Long, no touch called, point Santa Fe. So that's what that hustle play will get you, and sometimes that's the momentum that you need if you're a team that's trailing. Palm Beach, we'll see how Coach Colvin handles this one. Another point, maybe he calls a timeout. Maybe he lets his ladies play through it. Right down the line, Marshall with a good play just to get it back over the net. There's a lift called on, oh no, they're going to call an illegal contact. Okay. I don't know if they say that it, I don't know if it stuck to her arms there. The ball was kind of behind her from our vantage point up here in the crow's nest. Williams almost drops one in there. Set all the way across, blocked by Mayberry and Lanu. Set outside, Lanu off the hands, kept alive by Marshall. In the middle, on the line, killed. That one was close. The Saints have stormed back. Williams doing a good job, and she's not trying to do too much with that jump serve. She's keeping them in. Setter tried to send one over. Timeout, Palm Beach. Timeout, Saints. With 5 straight points have tied it up, 11-11. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the 2016 FCSAA State Volleyball Tournament. 3 of these 8 teams here this weekend will advance on to Casper, Wyoming, and the NJCAA National Tournament. We'll be here all weekend long. We broadcast in every game. Right now, Daytona and Pensacola going on court 2. You can check that one out as well on the FCSAA Sports YouTube channel. Well, if you'd like to see photos from this event, Tom Haggerty, the great Tom Haggerty, takes some tremendous photos, and they'll be on the Facebook page, the FCSAA Sports Facebook page, as well as he'll link them on Twitter if you'd like to see those. He's taken and see him walking around here. He does it for every FCSAA event, and you can go check those out. I haven't seen them yet, but I'm telling you they're good. Like, there's no question. Tyler's giving a thumbs up, too, and he's a photographer. He knows what's good and what's not. Tom does great work, so go check those out. Make sure you like the Facebook page. There's Tom. I see him right down there. Oh, he's not on our camera. He's wearing his red shirt. Anyways, he does a great job. There's a service error. Well, all good things come to an end for Nadine Williams. She did a great job with those serves. Also, the FCSAAsports.com is where you can find everything Florida College System Activities Association sports related. Mayberry taps one over, and the Saints get a point. There you'll have links to the standings, schedules, stats, rankings for every sport in the FCSAA, as well as championship event information. There are 5, that's blocked by Hill. Blocked by Lanou. Well, the second one is a charm for the Saints. We broadcast 5 tournaments here on the FCSAA Sports YouTube channel, that being this volleyball tournament, both the men's and women's basketball, softball, and baseball. Basketball, that served way long. Basketball will be in March. Softball in April, end of April, and baseball about mid-May or so. Kept alive. Set outside, Sullivan. Oh, that one was to the offhand. Coach Colvin wanted a lift on the Saints. He did not like that that call was not made. He wanted an illegal contact called. If you go to the FCSAsports.com and click on championship events, click the volleyball link. That one long, but a touch called by the far line judge. It looked like it was touched twice, actually. Changed directions a couple times. You can go directly, there's a direct link to the tournament photo page, which is linked to Facebook. Saints now 3-point lead, their largest of this set. This one is a crucial set for them. And one thing they've done is they have not made as many unforced errors. That's a nice shot by Thornton. Serving for Palm Beach, number 11, the setter Haley Seyfarth. Sterling Williamson off the hands of Lampman. Long, point Palm Beach. So Palm Beach right back in it with a couple points. Sullivan will serve for the Saints, who lead by 2. Second set, Palm Beach took the first set, 25-20. Thornton off the hands of Hill. Outside to Williams, timing off on the set. Nice job. Nice hustle. That was Lampman. Williams through the block and down off the sport court for a point. You know, the sport court it's a great surface, especially because of how mobile it is. Tyler and I were down there before the first games, and it's not the most forgiving surface, however. And earlier in the first game, service error by the Saints. That's what did him in the first set. And in the first game, Rafaela Fonseca for Central Florida was running back on a ball, and at the very end of the sport court, she sort of went to stop to plant to hit the ball, and the sport court came out from underneath her feet, and 2 or 3 pieces just shot off, and she fell. Thankfully, she wasn't hurt. It was questionable there for a second. She took a few seconds to get up, but she was good. They put the sport court back, and everything was okay, but it was a scary situation there. I've never seen that happen with one of these floors. But they got it locked back in place, and we're good to go. Saints 19-16. Good job by Callie Cox. That one was going to be in, and she made a nice play. A good decision to play that one. On the outside, off the hands and down, killed by number 7, Lindsay Minter. Williamson. Looked like she had a good opportunity to put one away. There's a nice cut shot by Nadine Williams right down the line. The blocker's not able to get out and seal at the antenna, and Williams puts it away. Now 20-17 lead for the Saints. Torres serving. Off hands, yes, kept alive by Torres, and then she'll send it over. Both teams have made some really, really nice plays. That's wide, no touch called. Tyler's saying no, he agrees. Tyler agrees with the official. I thought there was a touch on that one. Their coach is there was a yellow? He did get a yellow? Okay. Drew Colvin with a yellow card. He was telling the official that's 3 times now. I'm assuming he means that he thinks the official has missed 3 of those. And when you say that to an official, you probably should get a yellow card. 21-17. But if you're Coach Colvin, it's worth it to try to get your point across. He's not cursing or saying anything out of sorts. Cursing will usually draw the red card, which is a point for the other team and a side out if that's the situation, that there needs to be a side out. A red and a yellow at the same time, and you get your walking papers. You pack your bag and go wait in the parking lot till the game's over. I have not personally seen one of those. I know they have happened in the state once or twice over the last few years, but it's very, very rare. Officials and coaches do a good job getting right to that line. The officials allow the coaches to have a little bit of leeway, which is important. Off the hands and out, 22-18 Saints. Well, again, go to @the FCSAA on Facebook if you search for that. Facebook.com/the FCSAA. And you'll find all those pictures by Tom Haggerty. Tom, a true pro, does a good job. He's at every state tournament event. Point Santa Fe now 23-18. If you see yourself in the stands, or if you're a player, tag yourself in the picture. Williams into the net. Well, again, you have that aggressive versus conservative approach. Nadine's been aggressive, and it has really, really benefited the Saints. So she's had 2 service errors, but she's also generated about 10 points with her serve. So if that's the percentage that you can get, then it's okay. It's just hard to get that percentage a lot of times. Sullivan off the hands. There's Nadine Williams. Torres outside. Off the antenna. That set just too much. Now 23-20. Well, the Saints don't want to flirt with disaster here. We've got a timeout. We'll take a quick break. 23-20 Saints lead right here. Round 1 of the 2016 FCSAA tournament. Back here at the Bradenton Convention Center, Scott Jamieson and Tyler Allen. Tyler running the computer, doing all the behind-the-scenes stuff, making sure that the other court's going as well. Sullivan right in the middle, a blast from Cheyenne. Sullivan puts the Saints within 1 of a set 2 victory. Megan Irish will enter for Mayberry to serve. Mayberry has come off the bench this set and been a real difference maker for Coach Sharonis. He knows how to play the chess match, pull the strings, as does Coach Colvin. So we'll see what Coach Colvin has here for Coach Sharonis. See if Palm Beach can get back in this set. They do not. Saints win the second set. So we'll see what Coach Colvin has in the third set as far as adjustments go. Same thing with Coach Sharonis. We'll see if he can get his players to continue at this level. They looked very good about midway through the second set. They flipped a switch. So we'll see if they can keep it up, see if Palm Beach can answer. We'll be back. We're tied 1-1, headed to set number 3, right here live at the 2016 FCSAA State Volleyball Tournament. We've got quite a match going here in Bradenton at the Civic Center. That one's in on the back line, killed by Sterling Williamson. Sometimes I don't know how these line judges see that kind of stuff. Williamson was second on the Saints with 224 kills during the season as a freshman out of Arizona. There's an ace for Cheyenne Sullivan. The winner of this match, which is tied 1-1, both teams won 25-20. I feel like it's a recreation of the first match we did today. It was 25-21 for the first 3 sets. The winner will face the College of Central Florida, the #1 ranked team, and they looked tough today. They beat a good Polk State team and did it in pretty convincing fashion, 3-1. And Polk was playing well. It was not like it's not like Polk came out flat. They looked good. Central Florida just played very well. In the middle, off the hands, and a kill, 2-2. Well, Palm Beach has something to prove this set. After falling 25-20, just like the Saints did in set number 2. There's the serve. Good serve, and the Saints are forced to throw one over, but almost worked out for them off the hands. There's Ashton Marshall with the dig. Callie Cox outside. Nadine Williams off hands and out. Oh, kill for Williams. Williams, an all-state, member of the all-state team, was awarded at the banquet last evening. You can see those pictures too. They have pictures up from the banquet. As well as some photos from the games earlier today. Nice dig by Williamson. Wow. Well, you don't see that work very often, and Nadine does that very frequently, where she just barely puts it over the net. You know, in those overs, a lot of times you're hitting them out into the middle of the court. Nadine it barely skims the top of the net and goes over, and she does that. Well, you do see a lot of play. Net violation right there on Williams, followed through into the net. You see a lot of teams do that, but sometimes, every once in a while, it'll catch them off guard. You don't see it too often. Usually they're there, somebody's there waiting for it to slide in and get it, but it worked out for the Saints. And they are ahead 4-3. Third set, 1-1. Back set, Williamson blocked. Point Palm Beach. Nice play. Tried to run a little slide play back behind. Palm Beach, nothing doing for Palm Beach on the serve either. But Palm Beach was ready for that slide play, the previous play. Lanu, Torres enter, Williamson, Cox exit. That's another point for Santa Fe, and they'll go up 4-6. Well, Palm Beach won the Southern Conference, and that means you have to beat Miami-Dade. That's something not many teams have done over the last 40 years in this state. Miami-Dade had multiple teams, multiple campuses playing, and pretty much won every year back in the 70s, 80s. Once they combined into one team in 97, they've won 15 of 19 since. And they won their first round game today. So they're on the track at least of maybe winning another one. Saints lead by 3 here, Torres serving. Tomorrow morning at 10, second round matches will start. Miami-Dade will play the winner of Pensacola and Daytona State, and Central Florida will play the winner of this match right here, Palm Beach or Santa Fe. Appreciate you tuning in and watching. I know Coach Johnny Wiggs is watching back in Gainesville, and Athletic Director Jim Keats. I'm sure Athletic Director John Scarpino is, if he's not here somewhere, he's watching as well. And thanks to everybody for tuning in. Coach Johnny Wiggs, head coach of the FCSAA baseball champion Santa Fe Saints. That was a nasty serve off the top of the net, which is what you're trying to do. It's difficult. It's almost, I don't know if the term luck is the right term because they put a lot of practice into that, so luck is maybe a little insulting. But it does take a little bit. Nadine Williams will keep serving, and she was really the difference in the second set. Her serving led to 10 points while she was serving. And that jump serve, and she just missed that one. And she ended every one of her service points or service turns with service errors. But that's, again, the exchange you get for the aggressiveness with which she's serving. As long as she can pick up 3 or 4 or 5 before, and then you're completely fine with it. If you're doing it on your first serve or your second, not so much. There's Tina Mayberry blasting one through the blockers, now 10-6. See if Mayberry serves or if they bring in Irish, and they will bring in Megan Irish to serve for Mayberry. That's what they've been doing through the last 2 sets, and they'll stick with it for now at least. Coach Roan is not going to mess with what has been successful since, maybe 10 points into set 2. That's in the back corner. Big point for Palm Beach. Set backside to Lanou, off the hands, dug out. Nicely done on the back row back there by Fila Harpina. And in, so that hustle and dig leads to a point, and a big one for Palm Beach. They're now within 2. Arvimpa will now serve. She's out of Finland. I'll have to count how many different countries players are from total in this tournament. It's got to be quite a few. Double digits off the hands and out for Lanou. Nice play by Ashley Lanou, and she's stepped up her game here in this set. Free ball opportunity. Timing off for Thornton in the middle. Outside to, blocked back. Set outside to Sullivan, off hands, and a point. And in. So I just counted 17 different countries. 18. Hold on, I'm forgetting about America. 18 different countries. 18 different countries represented here in this tournament. 12-9, Saints lead. 12-10. The only team without a player from outside of the United States of America is Pensacola State. Every other team has at least one. That's wide on the serve. It is 13-10. I think it might be a basketball scoreboard up there because 2 points just went up. They've corrected it now to the correct score of 13-10. Nice play by Williamson. The pass, that's a tough play because Cheyenne Sullivan just defensively had to keep the ball up. Williamson saw it and said, there's not much I can do with this. I'm just going to hit it over the net, and she saw the opening on the floor. That's a veteran play by the freshman. Sullivan, a little floater. Goes to Fresh. Outside, wide by Autumn Freeman. 15-10 now, Saints lead. Sullivan serving. They go to Fresh again with the serve. Free ball. Outside. Up and over. So a roll shot by Nadine Williams. And she's been quiet this set. Ashley Lanou, Sterling Williamson, Cheyenne Sullivan doing the heavy lifting. But if you're Coach Sharonis, it's good to know that without Williams really exploding, that you can still have a successful set. And so far, the Saints have done just that. Back set, Williamson off the net. Just over the net, nice serve outside to Williamson, blocked. Williams' contributions more so. Wow, there's another block at the net. Wow, Palm Beach inflicting their will at the net right now. Williams' contributions have been more from the service line, and that's the type of player she is. If one aspect of her game isn't working, she's able to contribute in a number of different ways with her defense or her service, her aggressive serving. And now Ashton Marshall will be behind the service line for the Saints, who lead 17-13. A floater to Gabrielle Fresh right in the middle to Thornton. Not able to keep it alive. Marshall hustling all the way nearly into the stands. She'll run back, and the Saints still lead by 3. Gabrielle Fresh, left-handed serve. Some knuckle to it. Outside. Williams, long. Thought there might be a touch on there, but nope. Waiting for the official call. Timeout, Coach Sharonis. 6-point lead down to 2, a 5-1 run for the Panthers. And Coach Sharonis decides he needs a timeout. We'll be back right here. You're watching the 2016 FCSAA Volleyball Tournament. Back at the Bradenton Convention Center, Scott Jameson with Tyler Allen on the computer. Saints somehow keep that one alive. That just did not look good from the start, but sometimes you just got to get it over the net. That's the end goal. Williamson over. And the Saints, Nadine Williams was right there in case that one came over. She was going to put it down, but it never made it over the net, and a 3-point lead now for the Saints. Serving will be Amanda Torres. Torres out of Puerto Rico. San Juan, a sophomore setter. That was a good serve. Just over the shoulder of Ashton Marshall. Good job by Palm Beach, because that was a good serve from Torres. That had some really low trajectory. It was a nice pass considering the circumstances of how good the serve was, and then a nice set and a put-away kill. for the Panthers. Serving for the Panthers is Alondra Melendez into the net. Well, you'll take it if you're the Saints. At the state tournament, you'll take a point no matter how you can get it. It doesn't matter. Just get to 25 before the other team. That's the goal. In the middle, blocked by Lanu. Off the antenna, point Palm Beach. I think Coach Sharonis thought that there should have been a call of 4 hits. He didn't think that the Saints hit it, I believe at least. We're not totally sure. I can't hear him, but he was sort of motioning that way. You know, it's an interesting contrast. There's a block by Lanu, and it stays in. Mayberry there as well. Interesting contrast in the coaches in this match and in the last match. Central Florida Polk State, the coaches, Flavia Sequeira and Hermanda Valle, wear their emotions on their sleeve. They're very passionate. And Coach Sharonis and Coach Colvin just do things a little bit differently. Neither way is right or wrong. It's just an interesting, if you're a sports psychologist, it would probably be even more interesting. Service error by Irish. But it's fun to watch the differences in the way coaches approach the game. Serving are the Panthers. Just over the net, nice serve. That throws the Saints off, and that's why you go for those aggressive serves. That one's in, and it's a 1-point game. Set 3 is now 20-19. Timeout, Coach Sharonis, timeout Saints. We'll be right back. Palm Beach has cut the Saints' lead to 1. It's led by as many as 6, and they're going to get an illegal contact call on Torres. (20-20), Palm Beach. Sullivan. Oh, that was in. Okay, I had to wait for the call. It was in. I would definitely say it was in, but Tyler thought it was out. I thought it was in, so that means that it was really close. That's all that it tells us, I think. The official wasn't even sure at first. I think he thought the other official made the call and that he didn't need to. But the up official looked over at him and said, I need somebody to tell me. Was that in there? Because the up official obviously wasn't able to tell either. And with no instant replay, somebody's got to make a decision. And it's not Tyler and I can tell you that much. Williamson off the hands and out. Saints now 22-21. Back and forth we go. Cheyenne Sullivan serving, 22-21 lead. And into the net, service error. The Saints have hurt themselves in the first and third set with those service errors. 181 on the season coming in compared to 138 for Palm Beach. Sullivan hustles to try to keep it alive, but Palm Beach picks up the point, 23-23. Well, if neither team can get two in a row right here, it will be a win by two situation. Were you at the match, Tyler, when it was 34-32 or 35-33 or something at Santa Fe? It was the longest set I've ever seen. Yes, even the refs told us it was the longest one they had been a part of. Blocked, sent back by Palm Beach, and now set point. Serve goes to Sullivan. Sent down by Palm Beach and in. They'll take set number 3 and lead 2-1 over the Saints. Well, the Saints are going to have to win back-to-back sets. If they want to advance, Palm Beach just needs to win one more. We'll be back with set 4. Palm Beach leads 2-1 here in round 1 of the FCSAA State Volleyball Tournament. Just about ready for set number 4, live from the Bradenton Convention Center. I'm Scott Jamison. Tyler Allen on the computer. You can watch Daytona State and Pensacola State on court 2. You can put them both on. Good match going over there as well. 2-1 Daytona State leads. Over here, 2-1 Palm Beach leads the Saints. Saints had a 16-10 lead in the third set and saw it evaporate and lose 25-23. A few service errors towards the ends were costly, but Palm Beach turned their game up, made some adjustments, and got the win. Palm Beach, a good team. They're 22-4. One of those 4 losses came to the Saints on August 27th by a score of 3-0 Santa Fe. There's a service error. Hits, rolls, falls, nothing you can do except say, good serve, Haley Seyfarth. Okay, I can use the word luck for that one. I don't think that's taking away from what she's doing, because that takes a little bit of luck to do, regardless of who's doing it. Even a professional would probably call that one luck. Set outside, off the hands. Ashton Marshall, Saints not able to keep it alive, but good hustle by Ashton Marshall to keep that one alive. In the middle, Williamson blocked, and Palm Beach has really stepped up. That was a difference in the third set as well, along with some service errors by the Saints. Palm Beach's front line started to really do some positive things. That serve long, looked like it could have been in on that line, a little bit long. Oh, they'll change it. The head official, the up official will change it. It looked like it was in from here as well. Well, that's why you have the up official. He changed the call to probably the correct call. It's tough to really be sure from up here, but it appeared to be in. Set outside. Sullivan digs, and it goes all the way over. That's okay. Sometimes you've got to, when they hit a really, really good attack, either team, sometimes you just want to keep it alive. It's like fighting off a good pitch. Pitcher makes a really good 2-strike pitch. You're not trying to actually do anything with it. You're just fighting it off so you can live to maybe see if he'll hang you a curveball. I've noticed basically every analogy I have is baseball, Tyler. Should I mix them up every once in a while and maybe pick a different sport? It's always the one. Yeah, well, I'll try golf one time. Well, you're always trying to hit a good shot in golf, unless you're behind a tree and you have to chip it out. That's sort of like that right there. You're not trying to do too much. You're just trying to save the hole. There you go. All right. I'm getting better. Palm Beach State now up 6-5 in this fourth set. Should they win, they will advance on to the second round. Saints won't be out, but they will advance on to play Central Florida in the winner's bracket. Saints would drop down to play Polk State in the loser's bracket. Seven, 6, Palm Beach State, back and forth. Go right at Sullivan again. That's what teams tend to do. Big swing from Williams. Blockers were late getting there, and if she has a clear window to shoot through, it's going to be tough to stop her. Now she'll serve, and she was a big reason the Saints started gaining in that second and third set. Looked like a net violation on it. Was okay. That was the call. The down official. She followed through into the net. Williams did that on what looked like an easy put away back in the second set as well. Sometimes it's almost too easy. There's a kill for Palm Beach. And 8-8. Emily Lampman serving for Palm Beach from Lake Worth, so a local player for. And Ashton Marshall is down. And she just collapsed. Trainer immediately out there. We're going to step away, and we hope Ashton Marshall is okay. It looked like it was either her ankle or her leg just gave out on her. She went to go move, and it just gave out. I hope she's okay. Oh, they're saying the floor was wet. And trainer not going to leave the floor until it's dry. I don't blame her. It's a good trainer. Saying, wait a second, this is not safe conditions for our players. Can we please get a towel and dry the floor off? And doesn't look like they're. It'd be easier if there was like a towel somewhere maybe around for them to dry the floor off with. Oh, there's something. It's not wetness. Well, I take that back about that. Oh, they are getting towels, though, because I think there was initially wet. But there might be something. The floor torn up or something right there? See if you. Well, the players are in the way now. I was going to say, see if we can zoom in to see what's going on with the floor, maybe. But Santa Fe right in the way right there. Well, I don't know if they're going to be able to continue to play if there's an issue with the floor right there without it being fixed. Well, they're taking a look at it right now. He's saying, no, it's not a towel. Up. There's Matt Ennis. The man of the hour. Athletic director here at SCF. He's the guy in charge. I think she almost like tripped over. A piece came up. Well, a piece came off in the last match, and now a piece came up. And that's a little bit concerning, and these floors don't normally do that. These are used all over the country in volleyball matches everywhere. Just a freak situation, I think. We can see them gathered around the spot there on the floor. Well, thankfully, it doesn't appear as though Ashton Marshall was severely injured at all. She just sort of tripped over the floor it's jutting up or something. Again, it's sort of tough to tell from here. Hopefully they can continue playing. I don't know. Dave's down there, the head of the officials. And they'll bring out Coach Drew Colvin. He'll come out and take a look. So again, we are in a delay right now due to a piece of the floor coming up, it seems. And because it's in the middle, it's not like you can just slide it back in. I think they're having to try to finagle it. Ashton Marshall is running and trying to jump on that ankle over on the sideline, and she's running back over there, and she says she's good to go. Well, she's a tough player, so she's going to try to give it a whirl. Casey Valentine checked in for her, so we'll see how Coach Sharonis plays that one. The coaches, I believe, have given the okay. Well, we'll see how this affects the rest of the match, especially this delay. See if the players got cold. You can see the Saints were doing jumping jacks out there on the floor to warm back up. It's a good idea. Those squares, they're rubberized, but they're not really like flexible rubber, so it's interesting that they would come out like that. So we're not exactly sure what it was, but that appears to be what the case. Torres. Both teams just all around the net. No one able to actually get anything, not able to get a good swing. Palm Beach should have an opportunity here. And a touch off the Saints' hands and out. 9-9. Thornton back in for the libero. That was a serve by Aaron Kennedy and a kill by Cheyenne Sullivan. 10-9 Saints lead. And this is how the third set went, and then the Saints were able to pull away a little bit to 16-10, and then Palm Beach came storming back and won it 25-23. So Mr. Ennis has reported back that it was a bent floor tile. So I believe it probably got hit, bent in, and was popped up a little bit. So they were trying to get it to flatten back out. I believe they got it flattened out enough to where it's not going to cause a problem anymore. It hasn't appeared to at all. Sullivan up and over. Off the antenna, point Santa Fe. Well, after that long break, both teams seem like they're trying to get back into the flow of things. Not been the crispest play out of either one of them. Thornton blocked by Hill. That was a big swing by Johanna Voss. And then Williamson wide on the attack. No touch, point Palm Beach. Service error, serve long by Mary Castellan. Local player as well out of Palm Beach Gardens. Ashton Marshall, thankfully okay after a scare. She went down in a heap. I thought her ankle or her knee gave out on her. I am very, very glad that was not the case. That one's in. Kill for Sterling Williamson. But it was just that she tripped over a piece of bent tile. They were able to bend the tile back, it appears. Enough at least to where they can play, so maybe they'll take a look at that. This is the last match of the day. And this is the championship floor. This is the floor they'll be playing the title game on, so they want to make sure everything's in tip-top shape. And you know Matt Ennis is going to make sure it is. He's not going to accept anything less than that. After working with him, I know that to be the case. And player safety, of course, at the top of the list for everyone in the FCSAA. So if it's not playable, they're not going to try to play on it. Luckily, they're able to get that piece bent back in. Blocked by Williamson. Nice job by the libero. Fresh to get in there, and then again, Fresh. Wow. Fresh really showing off her defensive chops right now. Outside to Williams, off the block and down. And just like in the third set, the Saints have started to pull away a little bit. And Palm Beach will call a timeout just like in the third set. And then they came back out and really turned it back on. So we'll see if Coach Colvin can do the same thing. We'll be back. You're watching the 2016 FCSAA Volleyball Tournament right here on YouTube. Well, it looks like they took out the bent tile and have moved it all the way to the back, so a quick switch, the old switcheroo, and a service error. Outside, Williamson, big swing off the hands, kill for Sterling Williamson. That's out and a point for the Saints. So they are building a little bit of momentum. Lead by 5, largest lead of this set. Matches the largest lead. That one in for Palm Beach. A big point for the Panthers. Couldn't continue to allow the Saints to stretch that lead. In the middle, Tina Mayberry. Mayberry comes up with the point for the Saints. Look for a second like Palm Beach might be able to save that one and keep it alive. But Mayberry had enough on it. And now Nadine Williams will serve for Santa Fe. Big time swing on the outside by Lindsay Minter. Minter, like Williams, if she gets any sort of an opening, if the blockers are delayed in getting there at all, she does not mess around. Put an absolute charge into that one. Mayberry, no, nothing doing. I think both teams could have just had an illegal contact called on them. But they wash. They're in the wash right there. And back row attack, it looks like, was the call. Well, there's a lot that went on there that could have given points to either team. The officials let them play through it, which, you know what, I kind of like that. If it's on the fence, let them play a little bit. And that's what they did. Nice play. Good quick play by Palm Beach. Put it away for the point. 19-15. Thornton back in. Outside. Knocked back by... That was Freeman who knocked that one back. And now Freeman will take a swing. It was off the hands. Nadine Williams waiting for it. Torres right in the middle. Nadine Williams up and over. Yes, skill for Nadine Williams. Callie Cox will serve for the Saints. Well, over on court number 2, Daytona State has defeated Pensacola State. That one is official. Daytona State will move on to face... Wow, Palm Beach comes up pulls a rabbit out of the hat. Daytona State will face Miami-Dade College tomorrow at 10 a.m. on court 2, with the winner advancing to the national tournament and will clinch a spot in the state championship game. Cheyenne Sullivan there, no. Set outside. Cheyenne Sullivan. That's Freeman. Big blast from Freeman, puts it away. Point, Palm Beach, and just like last set, they are not giving in and they are storming back. In the middle, Hill blocked. Back set. That was Voss. Williamson, long. Seyfarth. Nope, before she can serve, Coach Sharonis takes a timeout. 20-18, Saints lead, but it is tenuous just as it was in the last set. Palm Beach was able to come back and get the victory, so Coach Sharonis wants to reinforce that with his players to keep it up. Don't let up on this Palm Beach team. We'll be back with the rest of set number 4 right here from the Bradenton Convention Center. You're watching the 2016 FCA SAA State Volleyball Tournament. All right, back underway. The serve from Seyfarth, right at Sullivan. And then Sullivan off the hands, blocked back. Saints with an opportunity. Mariah Hill, and it's in. Palm Beach within 1. (20-19). Panthers with the serve. Seyfarth. Backside, Sullivan in the corner. Seyfarth, I'm not sure if she thought that was out or just didn't have an opportunity to get to it. Either way, it was well placed by Sullivan. And now 21-19, Saints with the lead. Cheyenne Sullivan serving. The Saints cannot afford another service error. They've had quite a few in this match. Outside, Williams. Wide. Point Palm Beach, 21-20. Autumn Freeman serving. Backside to Williamson. And up and over the block and in. Freeman was back on her heels, waiting for a big swing. I don't blame her. That one falls in. Marshall serves. Seyfarth. Blocked by Mayberry. Ashton Marshall with the dig outside. Williams finds the hole, 23-20. Saints with a 3-point advantage. Timeout, Coach Colvin, Palm Beach timeout. 23-20 lead for the Saints, 2-1 lead for Palm Beach in the match. We'll be right back. Ashton Marshall serving for the Saints out of the Palm Beach timeout. Palm Beach in. Looked a little long. The line judge, much better vantage point than from up here. Serving is Fresh. Backside, Sterling Williamson. Let's see, and it will fall in. I wasn't sure if that one was going to stay up in the air long enough. 24-21, Saints within a point of tying this match at 2 and sending it to a 5th set for the first match today. It'll be the first one to go all the way to 5. Set point. Off the hands, there's Williams. No, she'll get a shot to end it. And she does. Nadine Williams sends this one to a 5th set. Saints win 25-21. And we are knotted up at 2 going to the 5th set. We'll be back. Don't go anywhere. 5th set will be to 15. It'll go a lot quicker than these. So stay right there. You're watching the 2016 FCSAA tournament. Well, we are all ready for set number 5 live from the Bradenton Convention Center. Scott Jamieson with you, along with Tyler Allen on the controls. And a back and forth match. Palm Beach won sets 1 and 3. The Saints won sets 2 and 4. That one falls in for Sullivan. This one's going to be to 15, which the Saints have been a little bit quicker to 15 the last 3 sets, all 3 of them. However, Palm Beach was able to come back in the 3rd set. They were down 16-10 and rallied. Hill block. No, not able to keep it alive. Palm Beach with the point, now 1-1. So the first match of the day out of 4 to go to the 5th set. Nadine Williams with that roll shot up over top of the blockers. And Palm Beach is going to have to fill behind if they want to have a shot to stop that. Ashton Marshall serving for the Saints, up 2-1. In the middle, that was Thornton. Sullivan back row, 10-foot line attack. There's Callie Cox, just absorbs that one, sends it over. Thornton, though, sends that one down. Point Palm Beach, 2-2. Williamson off the hands. Point Saints, 3-2. Amanda Torres will serve for the Saints. Saints free ball opportunity. Torres sets. That could have very easily been a double, and no call was made. That was a break for the Saints. Torres with the serve. Torres needs to be careful of those doubles. Doubt she's going to get away with the next one. Big time swing on the outside by Johanna Voss. 4-3. Outside to Nadine Williams. Tries to go for that back line. Torres, Marshall. Blocked. Sent over. So a good play by Palm Beach. Lanou. I thought that hit about 2 or 3 people, but maybe not. Oh. Outside, Tina Mayberry. And a 5-4 lead for Palm Beach. So Palm Beach has swung the momentum back. We'll see if... Well, Tyler just saw the replay on the game. It definitely hit off somebody's forearm, but it happens. Serve to Nadine Williams. That one put away by Williams. Well, in the same respect there, the Saints could have lost the point on that double. What looked like an illegal contact on Torres that wasn't called. So it typically tends to even itself out. That's why getting too upset about bad calls is maybe not the most productive thing to do. Saints back ahead 6-5 with back-to-back points. Into the net from Williams. Six, fifth set. Not much more you can ask for out of a state tournament game. Set to Mayberry. Mayberry goes right down the line for the kill for Santa Fe. Tina Mayberry, a freshman out of Jacksonville, 6'2". They're going to leave her in there to serve. They had been rotating in Megan Irish to serve for her, but they're going to leave Mayberry in to serve herself, and that's a good one. Freeman blocked. Put away by Lanou at the net, and a 2-point lead for the Saints. Timeout Palm Beach, timeout Panthers. And we'll be right back. Saints leading 8-6, fifth set. No, excuse me, not a timeout. Switching sides. When as one team gets to 8, they switch sides. I should know that by now. I've been doing this for a few years. Come on. Come on, Jamison, get with it. Mayberry serving still. Saints up 8-6. Hasn't been that long of a day. Shouldn't be messing that stuff up. And the official whistles it in for play, and Mayberry ready. There's an ace for Tina Mayberry. Well, they leave her in to serve, and it pays dividends for Coach Sharonis. There's the timeout. I was just 1 point ahead. Timeout Palm Beach. Saints leading by 3. Fifth set. Winner take all. Winner moves on to play Central Florida tomorrow at 10 a.m. We'll be back right after this. You are watching FCSAA Volleyball on the FCSAA Sports YouTube channel. Back here at the Bradenton Convention Center. Saints with a 9-6 lead. Tina Mayberry serving for Santa Fe. Autumn Freeman with a big swing, and now Nadine Williams will just go over, just barely over the net. Freeman. Well, she had been taking some big cuts, and that time she was able to find a lane and get it down there, and Palm Beach needed that point in the worst way. Good serve by Arvimpa. Long on the attack, and no touch called. It was tough to tell. It didn't look like it hit anybody. Now 9-8, so back-to-back points by the Panthers. In the middle, Hill long. That'll be a point Santa Fe. That's one that can go any way. It goes off the hands right there. It can go straight down or just get in on that line, and to the Saints' benefit on that one, it went long. Callie Cox will serve with the Saints leading by 2. Outside, Sullivan. Nice dig. Really nicely played by Lampman. And Sterling Williamson puts that point away. The Saints stuck with it, even after Lampman made a tremendous play, a tremendous dig to keep the point alive for Palm Beach. Sterling Williamson. Saints were able to recover just a little bit quicker than the Palm Beach defense was able to set up. Freeman. Sullivan off the hands, and now 12-8. We'll see if we get another timeout possibility here from Coach Colvin. Set outside, Williamson, roll shot. Dunked by Mariah Hill, 13-8. Timeout. Well, you're right, Tyler. Good call. Said one more point, and he thinks they'll call a timeout. He was right. So a timeout, Palm Beach, 13-8. Saints in control, but you know Coach Sharonis is over there in the huddle telling them not to let up. You cannot allow Palm Beach into it. Palm Beach is saying, let's take this point by point. It's not remotely close to being over. Let's play our volleyball and try to get back in this thing. We'll see what happens when we return. We'll be right back. (13-8), set number 5. Saints leading by 5 with Callie Cox serving. Palm Beach needs to make something happen quickly if they're going to get back into this one. It is to 15, so no time like the present if you're the Panthers. Set outside to Sullivan. Dug by Lampman, excuse me. Apologize. Sullivan kept alive, and then Freeman. Nice job. Sullivan long, and point Palm Beach. So give credit to the defense there, keeping that alive. Freeman popping that one up and allowing there's an ace, allowing the Panthers to pick up a point. Now it's led to 2. So again, if you're the Panthers, it's a point-by-point proposition right now. Saints will take a timeout to try to slow it down. Good timeout by Coach Sharonis. We'll be right back. 13-10, Saints lead, set number 5. (13-10), Palm Beach serving, and they send it back 13-11. So Palm Beach has not given up. They've scored 3 straight. The Saints a little bit back on their heels right now, and they need an answer, and they need it quickly. Palm Beach is looking like they're the ones that want this victory right now. Outside, Freeman. Call a touch on Santa Fe, so 13-12. 4 straight points. Timeout, Santa Fe. Timeout. Palm Beach all the way back into this one. We'll be right back. You're watching the 2016 FCSAA Volleyball Tournament. from 13 to 8 to 13 to 12. Palm Beach is looking like they are going to maybe get all the way back into this. Set outside. Williamson. Dig by Lampman. Freeman off the hands. That was blocked. They'll go backside. 13-13. Five straight for Palm Beach. Point Santa Fe. And Coach Colvin not happy with that call. Sullivan serving for the match. Nadine Williams puts it away, and the Saints hang on to get the victory. Coach Colvin, I have a feeling, may have some words, and a few words for the official. He was not happy with that call. It was a tough call. It was one of those at the end of the game, and, you know, it's tough as a coach. Again, you put in so much time. The whole season goes into these points and into these plays. And Saints are able to hang on for the 15-13 victory in the fifth set. I'll tell you what, you may not see a better match than that one right there. That was exciting stuff. The Saints will now move on to play Mid-Florida Conference rivals, the College of Central Florida, tomorrow at 10 a.m. You'll want to tune in for that one. CF and Santa Fe, they battle in every sport, volleyball being one of them. Central Florida won both matchups between the two teams this year, and so the Saints will be looking for a measure of revenge. The winning team will go to the national tournament. Here's what we look like for tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central Florida and Santa Fe right here on Court 1. On Court 2, Miami-Dade and Daytona State. The winners of those two games will clinch a spot at the national tournament in Casper, Wyoming. Losers bracket, Polk State and Palm Beach will play at 1 on Court 1. And St. Pete and Pensacola will play at 1 on Court 2. The losers of those games will be headed home. The winners will stay alive for a shot at that third bid in the national tournament. So, that's it for day one. So a short day one. We'll be here a little bit longer tomorrow. We'll have games at 10, 1, and 5 tomorrow. And then some championship volleyball action on Sunday with a state championship match, and before that at 11, another match that will determine who's going to the national tournament. So every match from here on out has huge, huge implications, either elimination or advancement onto the national tournament for the first 4 games tomorrow. So you don't want to miss it right here, FCSA YouTube channel. We'll be back with that starting at about 9:55 tomorrow, 9:50, 9:55. So tune it in right here, FCSA YouTube channel. Make sure you check out thefcsasports.com. You can see photos from the tournament taken by Tom Haggerty on the FCSAA Sports, actually just the FCSAA Facebook page. He also links it from Twitter. You can find that link on the FCSAsports.com championship event page for volleyball. For Scott Jamieson, Tyler Allen, Matt Ennis, Bradenton Sports Commission, thank you for tuning in. We will see you tomorrow morning for more exciting FCSAA state tournament volleyball action.